Hi, everybody. I'm Jayson Lee Rose, and I'm so happy to be here to do some Snackin Yakkin with Big Ben Kennedy.
That's right. I'm hanging here with Jayson Lee Rose. I am happy to introduce him to you. By the way, welcome to Snackin Yakkin, as if I had to say that. But I'm happy to introduce you to this guy because I have had the opportunity to play on stages with you, I think, 3 times now. The first time was one of those Comic Life kind of open mics somewhere. And then we did the show at Frontier Lounge,
Right.
and that's when I got a chance to meet you, talk to you, take a picture with you leaning your arm on my head because
You're still tall enough from the stage.
Right, exactly. So I was so tall compared to him on stage that if he leaned his arm out just level, he was at my head. So I was like, just lean on me. And you were like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, no problem. But I was very impressed with what you did there as the MC on that show. You're very funny, very good. And then recently we tore down this little place called Dockside Bar in Edisto Island. I do want to give a shout out to Craig over there and his wife. Your name escapes me, sweetie. I'm so sorry.
Friends with both of them on Facebook. They were sweet people.
They're very sweet and treated us comics like gold and have a great venue. And I cannot wait to play there again. I look forward to the day that I get to come back and entertain the people of Edisto Island. You guys couldn't have been more hospitable and more gracious and just great laughers and appreciative of comedy. Thank you. So enough kissing your ass. Like I said, I approached you at our green room at Dockside Bar, which was a dock outside of the bar. And that was wild, man. Had sandwiches and chips and sodas.
That was my very first green room. I don't think I've been inside of anybody else's green room unless I was the attendant, and that was for a Kid Rock cover band. So not quite as cool. I kept calling him Mr. Rock. He got pissed. He didn't think that was funny.
So what were you bouncing or your attendant
So I bar backed at a place called Suck Bang Blow in Myrtle's Inlet for about a decade.
Okay.
Yeah, big biker bar. And that was basically it. Just wait hand and feet on the people up in the green room. But theirs had a pool table. Ours was a dock, but it had a pool table, So
Right on.
But either way, this one was for me, and they didn't get sandwiches like we did. So
That's right. They didn't. They didn't. God, it's hard not to feel spoiled rotten. It's hard not to feel like just big shit, man. Big time. You're allowed to cuss, by the way, if you want to.
okay.
No. So Myrtle's Inlet, you mentioned that. I know that you do a lot up in Myrtle's Inlet. You do a lot up in Myrtle Beach area. Are you from that area?
So, I mean, I'm actually from Florence, and I don't like telling a lot of people that. I was born in Charleston, but grew up in Florence, and then I made my way to big city of Myrtle Beach, and I still love Myrtle Beach. Now, the city, a little questionable, depending on where you go, but some of the best people I've met in my life, some of the best friends, and,
Yeah.
and that's sort of where I got hosting my own open mics in Myrtle Beach.
Yes, I've noticed.
There's a lot of untouched potential there, and I actually have a show coming up that I put together where one of the regulars from my open mics is the opener.
So that is okay. The place that you do the routine open mic nights in Myrtle Beach. Let's plug that. What is it called?
That's I'm Not Here Sports Bar.
I'm Not Here Sports Bar. So, and that's kind of like nowhere, or they have these funny names down here, like middle of nowhere, or like where you at, nowhere, hun, or something bar, and then you're also got one downtown on King Street at the Silver Dollar.
Right, Silver Dollar. Yep.
So man, you're really trucking it, because I work for a company that has a station here and a station in Myrtle Beach. And when we have a short truck up there or something, they go, hey, we're going to put you in Myrtle Beach for the day for coverage. And we're like, oh, man, come on. But you're doing it all the time.
Oh, every other week. Yeah. And so sometimes just for no reason. It's a good time. It's a beautiful ride right up 17. It's
not a bad ride. We like it.
Where else am I going to get Confederate flag beach towels and hermit crabs?
Exactly. Exactly. And hermit crabs with their shells painted like Confederate flags. It's really, really a great thing. And a giant shark outside. I mean, where are you going to find those kinds of things but Myrtle Beach? Really, honestly, there's a lot of, we used to have a lot more of that in Ocean City, Maryland, where I'm from. I'm not from Ocean City. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, or outside of Baltimore. And so we spent summers in Ocean City, and there used to be a lot more of those kitschy kind of things headed down, but they kind of disappeared. And as a matter of fact, Folly used to have a few, and they've disappeared now too. They tore one down and built a Piggly Wiggly or like a Harris Teeter in its space. But Myrtle Beach, they preserved those those little shitty beach shops the whole way up, and it's so cool. I hope they never leave because it does make you feel like, because we always forget to pack towels, so we're always going there to buy towels for my daughter. So she's got towels that look like flamingos or like, sprinkled donuts or, Barbie this. She's got a million towels from these places, and I can't use them because as soon as I dry my left arm, the thing is like soaked. You got to wring it out. The material's about this thin, But so what is your favorite part? What is the differences that you know or you notice between Charleston audience or Myrtle Beach audience?
Oh man, in Myrtle Beach, the people are excited to be there, and people that have never done comedy before. Like seriously, it's such a great crowd for comedy.
Even in the off season?
Right now.
Right now.
Oh yeah. Let's see. I'm going up there Monday, and there are people that tell their friends, and they show up, and I give people 10 minutes, and they'll try to work out 10 minets if they've never done it in their life.
So cool.
And they'll be like, thanks, and that's all they wanted to do, like bucket list, just get it off.
Yeah, dude, get a 10-minute set in, because a lot of times if they're right now in the stage where they're doing open mics and they're not doing a lot of shows, getting more time. So that way, when you get a chance to MC a place, well, that's what we called it in my day. I realize it's called opening or hosting.
Right.
When you get a chance to do those shows, the 10 minutes to 15 minutes up front is usually the customary. Then you introduce people. You maybe can do about 5 minutes in between at best. So, of course, anybody who's doing open mics with the dreams of working a show on the weekend wants a good 10 minutes up front. And you're offering that to them. That's pretty freaking cool.
Which a lot of these people, they don't want that. They've never done it in their life. This is their first time. And they're like, well, I just wanted a chance to get on stage because, bucket list, and they do it. They don't have anything written. They just get up there. They want to get on the mic, and they're like, thank you. It's just to cross something off their list. And that happens every single show that I'm up there.
I think, personally, I always tell everybody, they're like, man,
they don't do good. They don't do good. Like,
but they would say, I want to try it. And they talk to me, and I'm just like, well, everybody wants to and everybody should, but the whole big difference is we're insane enough to do it. Like, everybody is rightfully funny. I mean, you could be the funniest person in your family, you can be the funniest person at your job, but to get on stage, you have to be almost kind of like insane to do that. Like, to think that you're going to make a living being judged by right. I mean, you know what I'm saying.
How do you get into this? Sadness,
need for validation, parental issues. No, but it's true. It's really something when you think about it. You kind of would have to be insane to make that your desire for a lifelong job. I really want to get up and I want to worry and I want to try to make people give a shit about me 200 dates a year.
My parents, they still don't get it.
Really?
They really are Sunday school teachers. Oh, that's true.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Like 90% of the things I say on stage is true.
That's the same for me too. Yeah. Embellished. Actually, I'm close to 95% of what I say is true, but it's embellished, of course.
But also, I'm just on the way to a show, just shaking and feeling like I'm going to throw up. And then afterwards, I'm like, I'm really glad I did that.
Of course.
But yeah, I used to do karaoke, but then I discovered stand-up, and I was like, the dopamine does not compare. Like,
did you sing or did you host it?
Oh, sing.
Sing? Nice, man. I know you could sing.
I play piano. There's a lot you don't know about me.
Well, there's a lot I want to learn. That's why you're here. I always tell everybody my criteria for being on this show. I put out to the people of Charleston and, Myrtle Beach if they want to make the drive, and anywhere really. But are you passionate about what you do? Because a big thing for me is the last time I was in comedy real heavy, touring and opening for big name acts, I felt like people loved me. So when I took a break from it, knowing the mental health issues that I battle, you battle, I felt like nobody loved me anymore. Nobody cared for me anymore. And you can't get it confused. They don't know you. Right. So they really don't love you. What I have to tell myself this go around, which makes perfect sense. I love that you love me for doing what I love to do. I'm in love with comedy. I love doing it again. And you love me because you see how much I love doing it. Well, then we're good. And if the day I fall out of love with it, it's okay. But I don't think I will. I think I'm in for the long haul. Right. So you're passionate about what you do. You're passionate about a lot of things. You're a very passionate person.
I try to be. And I think that's part of the reason why it's not that you love me or love what I do. It's that our interaction is, 10, 15 minutes at a time. I love that. You don't have to get to know. That's
keep
the
it
part
short.
that I love. Yeah. Well, I just started up my own walking tour company, and that's what got me into stand-up as well. But I got paid to wake up and tell stories, and it might be, your 1,000th time telling this story.
Right.
But you can look in their eyes, and it's their first time hearing it. And that's what makes it all for me. You see their eyes light up whenever they listen to you to craft these sentences. And every time, like, I got goosebumps. It's awesome.
I love it.
And as soon as I look in someone's eyes and I get a laugh or I see that twinkle, I'm like, I got him. And that's what does it for me.
Yeah, I like that. That's really cool. Yeah, it's similar. If you can make them laugh, if you can make them light up when they're like anticipating your punchline or anticipating what you're going to say next, I love that look too.
The eyebrow raising up a little bit.
Yeah, like what? The thing that I love, or the thing that I've recognized is to this day, even at Dockside Bar, right before I'm about to go on stage, I feel like I got to take a piss real quick. And I don't know why, but I think that's my body just saying like, ooh, just gets excited. And this has happened since I was 20-something.
That's your fight or flight?
I guess, since I was 20-something, And I think, man, if I never have that, then I know I really don't care. And that would be a bad feeling. Because I go up there with that teeny bit of nervous energy, and then I settle into my groove. You really should have been there. I know you had to get on the road because you had to be to Myrtle Beach that night.
Oh, my God. There's like a 3-hour drive.
Yeah, all the way from Edisto, because it's an hour just to get back to Charleston. Mm-hmm. And then it was an hour or 2 hours from there. So you had 3 hours, so you couldn't stay. But I did rather well.
Yeah.
Had a very good time. And I loved that crowd, like I told you, just great laughers, great people, food and beverage people. Come on.
Right.
You understand that. I understand that. If you worked at a bar or at a place, you totally get F&B is a wild bunch.
That was one of my favorite crowds that I've had.
Me too.
The first line, everybody erupted in laughter, and I was like, "So this is what it's like." Okay, it's not an open mic crowd. They were there to hear comedy.
So you really didn't get a chance to do many of like our shows. Like you don't.
No.
Like those shows that aren't really open mics.
Right.
Because I mean, a lot of people will do open mics that are like curated to be like a show. Right. But really everybody, when you can bring on people at the last minute and chuck them into the lineup, it technically is an open mic.
It's some of the people, they didn't even know it was a comedy show. They're at the bar and a comedy show happened to arrive.
Correct.
And I've been on stage and people are like, hey, can you shut the hell up? And you're like, ooh.
This place knew it. You walked in the door, they were like, hey, we're having a comedy show tonight. It's $20 to get in. Like everybody who came in
they
knew.
Bands.
Yeah. They had to have wristbands. Everybody knew it was a comedy show. I feel the same way about Dreamers. Dreamers in Monk's Corner. Mm-hmm. If you've never heard of it, Comedy Shop puts it on, which they're up in Myrtle Beach too. Okay. They have the Wonders Theater, I believe they do out of. Mm-hmm. But anyway, Comedy Shop, it's JJ Comedy, James Di Benedetto or whatever. He's awesome. I think I'm getting his name right. Forgive me if I'm not, James. But I played Dreamers, and it's in a bowling alley bar.
Cool.
Which is very cool.
Yeah.
But you go into a place like that and you think, oh, this is going to be terrible trying to get these people. No, he has that place like a legitimate comedy club inside of a bowling alley. Mm-hmm. Then people came to listen to comedy. They understand what's going on and they are ready. And you get there and you just start making them laugh. And it's just like, holy crap. Like not what you would expect at all. Now, you used to have an open mic night in Florence too. So you were doing boom, 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 boom. What in the world?
Yep.
But you don't do it anymore, Florence?
No, that was a showcase. I did one in Florence, and the turnout, it was fine, but it just didn't generate the money to make it worth riding back and forth. And the people that were there, they were, every single one of them knocked it out of the park. Every single one. Yeah, I was, and a couple of them, it's their first time getting on stage, ever. And like I advertised for about a month, maybe 2 months, and they were like, I've been writing. I have, I think, 10 minutes. And they got up there with their joke books, and some of them, I couldn't tell if it was a set or a cry for help, but either way, funny as hell. Like, shout out to Nick and Tony. Yeah, you guys killed it. But just that triangle of travel, it was a lot.
Rough.
I have an 02 F-150. Like, which clearly I don't care that much about, but still, it got pretty pricey.
Do you want to get into our snacks real quick before we get into? Yeah. Okay, so your snack, which is. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it felt like maybe it was like a college kids thing, or it was like
white trash.
Either white trash or like just driving in my 02 F-150, and I went to the gas station. I was like, I need caffeine and I need protein, and you just boom.
That's it.
But you requested beef jerky and Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I've never had Baja Blast. My son gets it when we go to Taco Bell. They have it on the tap.
It's better on draft, but it's
On draft. Pull the lever. Taco Bell. But yeah, I definitely have never had it. I see it. And so this will be my first time trying it. I went with zero sugar. I don't know why, because I guess it exists. And I really like the zeros. I like Coke Zero, I like Pepsi Zero. And I thought, yeah, I'll do the Baja Blast
Still
Zero.
an insane amount of sugar for a zero sugar. Like it's
Well, no, insane amount of caffeine for zero. It's zero sugar.
I don't trust anything Mountain Dew pumps out.
Oh, okay. You think they're thinking lying?
I think they're lying. Big soda. Yeah, absolutely.
Big soda, like Big Pharma. Big soda. You know, Big Soda, they like to lie.
Aspartame. It's worse.
Well, so let's crack this open. So while we're breaking in these snacks, so what, if you don't mind me asking, what led you like to comedy? Like what were you doing in life prior to deciding to do the most insane thing in the world?
So also, Jack Links in this economy, good man. That's what I'm talking about.
I treat my guests well.
Big Ben always looks out.
That's right.
Now, I don't know. I've just been always the funny guy. I remember getting in trouble a lot when I was a kid. You know, talking in class or anything like that. I wasn't stimulated, and like you said earlier, anybody can be bar funny or like the funny guy at a party or whatever. Sure. And everyone was always like, "You should try comedy. You should try comedy." And after me doing my tours here, literally my tours were an hour and a half of historical stand-up.
Gotcha.
That was it. Like I talked about stories that other people didn't really want to talk about. Drunk preachers baptizing bears. That's a real story.
Wow.
The oldest bordello in the city of Charleston, where she got her street paved because she said the streets get muddy, and if you don't pave my street, your wife's gonna know what street you've been walking down, Mayor. Yeah, that's a true story.
Like blackmailed her into.
Yeah, absolutely, and just stuff like that. And see, you got a chuckle. And so one day I did it on stage. Shout out to my buddy Rod. He's like, "Listen, dude, I'm getting tired of you bitching. Go do this open mic." And it was in Somerville. And I remember my buddy printed out a piece of receipt paper from behind the bar. He was the bartender. Wrote down a couple jokes, and I read it straight off the receipt paper and just got outrageous laughs. And I was like, after that, I was hooked. I was hooked.
Sure.
After that first time.
Very cool.
And then I believe my second time was Wits End with the same sheet, the same notebook.
You held
paper.
the same piece of paper?
Yeah.
That's cool. Hey, man. But when did you finally, because I don't really see you. I see you with... But you're actually getting away from the book. You're getting away from the notes. Mm-hmm. I think at Dockside, you didn't have any notes. So how long did it take you personally to get away from that?
Well, whenever I was using a joke book, either it was a new joke, open mics. It was either a new joke book or I was playing around with arrangements. And also, I do have a brain injury, if you remember when I got smoked by the car in 2019.
I don't believe I knew about that. I wasn't in comedy. I wasn't really, and I don't think.
Were you not in paramedic? That was downtown Charleston.
Was it?
I learned to walk and talk again. Yeah.
2019, I was working. I think I had left Charleston County. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't working for 911 with your then sister-in-law. I was in paramedic school with her, and I worked with her. But I had left after Bridget was born, maybe 2017. I left, so I wasn't aware of that one. So what happened? If you want to talk about it, is that where the scar on the side of the head came from?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I got a haircut. That's right. Snackin Yakkin. It called for a haircut.
You did this for me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, you know what?
See how many followers you have? Yeah.
I don't put it in the what to expect email that I send out or a message that I send out to everybody. Like, hey, here's the address. Let me know your snack and your drink. It's a good time. I don't say, and please, if you could clean the fuck up and get your hair tight. And for God's sake, like, you know, I don't really do that, but deep down inside, I hope for it. So thank you for reading my mind.
But yeah, that was.
I'm about to try this for the first time, real quick. Okay, it's not bad. Mm-hmm. It kind of reminds me of Surge. Do you remember Surge?
Oh yeah.
It reminds me of Surge and like Fresca or Surge and Sierra Mist got kind of mixed. It has that real citrusy, not grapefruity. It has like that kind of weird soda that was like real fruit forward. Maybe if you mixed a LaCroix with a Mountain Dew.
I could see that. Yeah, I could see that.
Or maybe the weak ass non-sugar one is what I'm thinking. But anyway, I'm gonna get some of that beef jerky while you tell me about this car accident, man. I had no idea.
So, thank God I don't really remember too much of it. But everyone thinks it was a motorcycle wreck. No, I was walking. It was pedestrian versus vehicle. And parking lot's over here, bar's over here. We're downtown, so the speed limit's 25 miles an hour. Once again, don't remember too much, but I remember waking up in the back of an ambulance. They're like, "Welcome back, Mr. Rose." And I was like, I don't know where I was, but this looks expensive. So if you could tuck me back, that would be phenomenal, you know? But, subdural hematoma, and I fractured my C6 and T7, broke 5 ribs.
Wow.
Lacerated my liver. Oh, yeah.
My gosh.
And then that was 3 weeks after I came off my parents' insurance. So, yeah,
Man.
wouldn't you know it.
The whole 27 years old, and then you got to be...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, that's terrible.
And then I was back to work in about 2 months. Yeah.
Wow.
Back to giving the tours, because I do love it. But also, that part kind of stung a little bit. They're like, "Hey, you're welcome. That'll be $35,000. Like, ow.
Yeah. Were they able to help you out with a payment plan and everything like that? Because sometimes the hospitals have a thing worked out for things like that.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Where, honestly, by law, you can get away with paying $5 a month, and they can't get mad at you for that.
I don't know how to do any of that.
Well, we'll have to teach you how to navigate the system after we get off of here.
Every time they just tell me, "Hey, you owe us this," and I say, "Okay," because I don't know.
Well, true. It's better to try and get rid of it instead of carrying it for the rest of your life. You know.
But yeah, that was
Or get famous and pay it all off in one chunk and tell them to go kiss your ass.
I didn't think I'd make it this far, dude, if we're being honest, you know, but here we are.
Hey, man.
I'm going to live forever, and I'm going to complain the whole time. That's it.
Well, see, here's the deal, right? If you complain, if you're a curmudgeon-y bastard, you it's like spitefully you'll live forever. When everybody around you is like, "God, I wish that asshole would die." You're never going to. Me, I'm just like, "I love you," and he gives the best hugs and shit. I'm probably on borrowed time as it is. My wife hates when I say that. But she gave me the finger. No. But you know, like the big dogs, like me, we're always the one that died at like 51, and they're like, "God, he was such a, you know how only the good die young? He was such a good guy." Meanwhile, somebody I know, that person's going to live to be 104. We ain't never shaking that person. So, you're going to live forever. I'm happy for you there. Who's your dream comic to open up for?
To open up for?
Yeah.
I don't even know if I'd ever make it to that.
Why not?
But my dream comics, not even just dream comic to open up for, but I would love to hang out with Mark Norman. Like that's
okay.
Like one of my guys. And I met
his voice is so... his material is just that, you know, he has that voice and his delivery.
Love Mark Norman.
Uh-huh.
I met Hannibal Buress's drummer downtown and hung out with him at Moxie. Yeah, he has a drummer. Shout out Vince Fawcett. Yeah.
There you go.
But we were outside of Shuggy's and the bar was closing, right? And I just see this tall, like 6'5" black dude, and he doesn't look like he knows where he's at. He's looking on his phone, and everything closes in 2 in Charleston. So he's looking around, and I was like, "Hey man, are you good?" And he's like, "I'm just waiting on Uber." And I was like, "Well, if you're downtown, I'll give you a ride." He's like, "Okay." So it's me and my buddy, and he gets in my truck, and I was like, "So what you doing in Charleston?" He's like, "Oh, well, I'm playing at the Charleston Music Hall."
Oh, cool.
And I was like, not Music Farm, Music Hall.
Yeah.
And I was like, who the fuck are you, dude?
Right.
Yeah, he's also the drummer for Dwayne Betts. And so I give him a ride back to his hotel, and we're sitting there, and the bar's still open at his hotel. And he's like, "So you like comedy? Who's your favorite?" And I was like, "Hannibal." And he goes, "You're joking, right?" And he pulls his phone out and FaceTimes Hannibal Buress while we're sitting in this hotel.
Cool.
Yeah. But Hannibal Buress had this weird like side project band on the Eric Andre show where he does this song. Yeah, the dude in the background, that's Vince.
That's so cool, man. That's really cool. I like that a lot. So you like hanging out with, but keep in mind, and I'll tell you this from working with very famous people, not every headliner is going to hang with you, but more headliners that you don't open for, you'll find yourself hanging with.
Right.
So I've met a lot of comics and hung with a lot of comics who I can't say I've shared a stage with. But I've shared a stage with a lot of comics who I can't say even really talked to me during the whole process, you know? Now, some, like Joe Rogan, very generous with his money. He bought every drink. I mean, he doesn't let you pay for a thing, and he has amazing weed. I'm not even lying. And he did then. God, that was 2002? 2002. Yeah, I can't even imagine what he can afford now with all of his money. That stuff will probably shut your nervous system down. But then, like a guy like Todd Barry, barely talked to me at all. Jim Gaffigan, great with a decent conversation, not like palling, but he was very polite. Dat Fan, great guy. Chat with my mom. Pauly Shore, super nice man. Came over to talk to me, met all of my friends, posed with a picture for my wife, autographed her shirt. And, super great. I don't understand a lot of the hate that man got. Maybe he was a different person when he was younger. But the Pauly Shore that I came to meet and work for, decent dude, really. I look forward. He's actually coming down here he's playing Wits End in January. Mm-hmm. And I feel like sending him a picture and going, hey, man, want to reunite? And see if I can get him to sit in this chair right here. And we'll see. He ain't going to remember me from Adam because this was like a long time ago. This was like 2003 maybe. So it's been 22 years. But you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
But what I'm telling you is you're like, I don't even know if I'll make it. Don't do that, man. Because here's the deal. If you shoot for the moon, right, and you just leave the stratosphere, that's cool too. Gotta go big, because then if you fall short, you still look back and did a lot of awesome things.
And that's why I feel like I'm doing a lot of awesome things now. It's just I put in a lot of work. I'm talking about days and days and days and hours of writing, rewriting, and getting on open mics and putting on open mics all over the state. But it's just, I don't like patting myself on the back necessarily.
Fair enough.
You're like, hey, I put the work and I deserve this. I'm like, no, if it works out, eventually it'll come along. If I get my foot in the door, yeah, I'll kick that motherfucker open. But like,
there you
but
go.
I deserve this. No, man, nobody deserves anything.
That's true. And I have learned that this go round too. Before I felt like maybe I was owed something, but this time I'm gracious for every opportunity I get. And I'm getting a lot of compliments from bookers and people who are just like, man, you're just a nice guy, like you're so, and I tell them right to their face, I said, but this is where I want to be. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing than this VFW tonight.
Right.
Like, I mean, as silly as that sounds, give me a show anywhere. There is nothing else I want to be doing than here tonight. It's so much fun for me to meet people and make them laugh that really the gig is inconsequential.
I think that's where I'm at. As long as I'm having fun, I want to keep doing it. But when it starts to feel like a job, that's when it kind of starts to fall apart.
Well, depending. If it's a good paying job.
The 6-hour driving part, that's it.
Yeah. But
the good news is
what
I
if
get
you
to end up
have
in
a
Myrtle
driver?
Beach.
What if you have a driver? I mean,
oh, yeah, we're good. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, like me right now, I don't know how to look outside of the worldview that I have right this second.
Fair enough.
Like, I don't have visions of grandeur or anything.
Right.
Like, now I'm looking at a 2006 F-150, Like, that's how I made it big. Jack Links, dude? Yeah, I'm living it up right now.
I went on a podcast, 3-camera setup, Jack Links. I mean, come on, Dad. It's so great. Now,
it's basically what I'd be doing today anyway, but without the cameras.
That's right. And I can edit this out if you don't care for it. But the girl that you were at the show with, is that?
Which one? Oh, she's outside right now. No, she's in the truck.
She can come in and sit right there.
Well, I told her to go get gas. I have no idea. Like, yeah, I found out that my license is suspended from a seatbelt ticket that I forgot to pay, and that has got to be the lamest way to go to jail ever. So I got to get in touch with the DMV, because I can only imagine. Yeah, and I found out my license was suspended from a uniformed police officer. After he pulled up behind me, he's like, your license is suspended, right? And I was like, no.
Now I got to keep that in. I was like, I mean, I don't want to like leave the stuff in about, if this girl is not like your girlfriend or what, and then you just let me know all this cool stuff about the lamest way to go to jail. I gotta.
Yeah, so
that's too funny to cut, dude. That's gotta stay in.
She's my girlfriend. She's out there somewhere.
She's very sweet. She was very nice. Mm-hmm. When I met her,
her name's Amber.
You were like, you met him at the other show, and she was like, yeah, and she was really, really sweet. Amber.
I think she just got to the point where she does that. I'd be like, you met them? She's like, yeah. She has no idea.
You do that too? I do meet a lot of people, and I can't always remember if you were with me or not. Yeah, that's true.
Well,
I think I do that to
sometimes
my
she'll be
wife
like, I remember them from so-and-so show, and like she's trying to get a jump on the game, and I know she hasn't met them. And I'm like, shut up! What are you doing? Stop! Like, no, you
They weren't even on that show. What are you talking about?
You've met them? Well, it wasn't with me. Stop! Like,
Right. I met them at a party. This conversation's going to go to a place that I don't want to hear about.
It's good to see you again. Uh-huh.
Well, it doesn't go away. Like yesterday, I talked to a girl who was my not a serious girlfriend, but she was like a girlfriend for a time. But I also noticed it's the 4th grade, and we reunited yesterday on the phone. Well, not even on the phone. I called her through the voice thing of Facebook Messenger because I don't have her phone number. And we caught up and we talked, and then like my wife had dreams that I was like, kissing other women behind some kind of rack or something.
It's fine. She was in the 4th grade.
Right, but that's what I'm saying is, like, you tell a story as benign as it is. We've been together for 23 years. I met her 24 years ago downtown Charleston. We've been married for 21. And even then, still it creeps in like, oh, he's talking to an ex-girlfriend. I'm like, sweetie, we've owned a house together for the past 14 years. We have 2 kids. I don't think you have anything to worry about. I'd be a damn fool to burn my life down right now. Good God. That would be a nightmare. Just to separate our assets. Look at this. Just to separate our assets would be a nightmare. I'd be like, nah, it's not even worth it. So be mindful with Amber how you tell your stories or how, because, it can creep into your dreams is I think where I was going with that. I'm not even sure where I was going with that. So fuck it. Moving on. So what is, you ever been married or anything?
No. And
how old are you?
33.
33.
Statistically, I've already skipped my first divorce by now, So.
Yeah, that's true. I got married at 26. Yeah, 26.
Well, Amber's 26, but she looks 19, and I think that's what...
She does look very young.
She got carded walking into the bowling alley the other day with me. Not to the bar, front door of the bowling alley. And I was next to her. And they're like, do you have anybody with you that's over 18? I was like, yeah, me. That looks worse. That looks way worse.
Yeah. This bearded guy. Yeah. Who obviously doesn't look like her, so I'm going to be escorting her.
Yeah, she's 26 and gets ID'd everywhere. It doesn't.
She does.
Help
I wish you could meet her right now, sweetie. She's very young looking.
It doesn't help that when we go to a bar, she says something fruity or surprise me. I'm like, now they're going to ID you again.
What would you like to drink? Do you have anything that tastes like Kool-Aid or like a Capri Sun? Be like, oh, Jesus, sweetie, you're doing yourself no favors right now.
I made this joke, and now she does it all the time. Also, she'll steal some of my jokes and then repeat them to other people when I'm not on stage, and they think she's hilarious and that I steal her jokes. And that really upsets me. But now when people ask her how old she is, she'll say this many, and I'm like, stop doing that. Stop.
No. That's so funny, though. I mean, that'd be embarrassing as shit.
But she'll start laughing, and she'll see me she'll be like, this.
This many. Oh, that's great. I was even trying to figure out how to do 26, and I couldn't even figure it out just now.
She's got it down.
Yeah, I think I made her like 14. I feel bad now. I was like, blop, blop, Ugh. I was trying. But my brain don't work like that. God, that's hilarious. I'm going to try not to steal it. But in personal life, when somebody asks me at like a company party, I just like would love to do that, but I'm not going to steal it. I'm this many. I only just made myself 30. I'm really not good at it. But no, that's really funny, man. You like I said, you have this, and I wanted to tell you also, from the Frontier Lounge to the show at the Dockside Bar, you've settled in to a more of a presence, a more relaxed, because like you were, you were talking fast. You were, kind of like you were at the beginning of this episode. You're going to notice that when you see it. Your intro, blah, and then open, blah, and now you kind of settled in, right?
Highs and lows, baby.
Right.
Ups and downs.
That's what I'm saying.
Every day's an adventure.
But you did, like that time at the Frontier Lounge, I loved it. And like I said, happy to do a picture with you afterwards and happy to hang with you. But it was like, man, this guy's hype. And then I was just like, I wonder how he's going to do with this one. And you were chill, man. You were you were in the pocket and could understand what you were saying. Like, and that's the thing is drunks need you to kind of not drag them along, but you need to you need to kind of pull them along sometimes. And so I think if you were talking fast at a Dockside Bar, you would have lost them, and you didn't. I mean, that was amazing. You did really well, and it sets the tone for the night because you love going up first, which is weird. Like, what, you prefer that?
Oh, not all the time. This show that I have coming up, I'm going up last.
Wow.
Yeah, I put the show together. Yeah.
Okay.
But the budget wise, I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna be there for a minute, like I'm going last because I'm gonna do a little bit of time on this one.
There you go.
But yeah, I don't know. It's my nerves. It's my nerves, and that on top of the fact that when I'm doing history tours, I have to cram 320 years into an hour. You know,
Right,
So it's just
right.
rattling off.
Got you.
And I've talked fast ever since I was young, and
I can see that.
everyone is like, "Where are you from?" And I'm like, "Here." I'm like, "You don't sound like you're from here."
No, you don't. You don't. You
But
sound like a northerner because we talk fast up north.
But I am from here, so I do sound like I'm from here. Like, you know, like that's
To you, yeah. Well, when you slow down, you do. Now, your sister, as I came to know through roller derby, right there, Low Country High Rollers, I've actually had Stryker on very recently, and Tracy Dutaz Mania was like back at episode like 5 or whatever, and God, I love that girl. And I knew. I won't use her name. How about that? I know your sister through the time at Derby. I believe she was street team, or she did like promotions, and then I think she moved up to like kind of skating and all before.
I don't know. She was a jammer from what
Right, but
don't
I
know what that
left
means.
before she got, I think, in the actual team. I think when I knew her, she was starting out.
Okay.
But I was gone as she came in, and I met her briefly. But is that a kid sister, older sister?
That's my older sister.
Okay.
Yeah. And when I talk about, she was one of the first 20 couples to sign the gay marriage license in South Carolina.
Yes, she
In
was.
2015. And when I started going to these roller derby events, I thought there was going to be like a lot of like lesbian chicks, and she was like, "Me fucking too."
Yeah, it is surprisingly a ton of straight women, and don't assume.
Well,
Do not go in there assuming, because some of the roughest, toughest women that I remember in my time being their announcer were as straight as an arrow, and it's wild because it's like, man, your husband has to watch out because you are an aggressive woman. Never assume, and but then also on the flip side, you'll meet somebody who you swear is straight as can be, and then all of a sudden their wife shows up and you're like, wow, that was a freaking shock. But it is the don't judge a book by its cover. It is the absolute 100% cautionary tale of that. You're just going to embarrass yourself. But also, it's only internal for me. I don't say that out loud because I
said all of that out loud.
Yeah,
too.
see,
I
people
just-
are people. I don't really mind,
Well, I was getting carried around on skates out there. It was a good time for me. Yeah. My sister getting all pissed off and jealous. I'm like, well,
They're wonderful ladies.
without a beard, we look very similar. So that's
You really
that's
do.
good
I was
news.
going to say that. You guys, your eyes, I noticed that. You guys look very much alike. And then, like I said, her then wife, who did sign the marriage certificate when they legalized the gay marriage and all that stuff. It was so cool. So proud of her too. And I was in paramedic school with her, and I worked with her, and just one of my favorite people. And I'm so happy to have known her. The experience of meeting her and knowing her in any way for as long as I have has been really wonderful. So I'm happy that you have that. And I mean, dude, you have a lot going for you that I think you just, if I'm going to get personal, and we can cut this out, but I think as of recent, you've lost sight of that. And I hope that you can get in a place with that. And I'm speaking as someone who has depression, anxiety, a mood disorder,
1 and 2. What's that, brother?
You have bipolar 1 and 2?
And BPD. Yeah.
I
The Army
have,
pays me for it. Yep.
yeah, I have kind of 2, cyclothymic disorder, and I also have PTSD, and I have, depression, anxiety, all that stuff. Right now I'm in a medication adjustment, so I'm happy this episode is going as well as it has, because the past few days have been really rough. They upped one med after taking down one med a few weeks ago, and it's funny because those episodes, you'll notice I am messing with my shirt, my hair, my hat.
Everything.
I was
all the time.
I was just going nuts. And this one, I totally feel like I am definitely a lot more settled, which is nice. I hope that continues. But anyway, so that's what you go through. And I know that you've but you're candid and you're honest, particularly on your social media. But But I'm glad. Like, I hope that you can find a.
I didn't know Big Ben followed me. That's awesome.
Of course, yeah. I know that you are settled. You got to settle in, and I hope that you do. I hope you find a good place with it because you have a lot more going on than maybe you think you do, and you have a lot more talent than maybe you understand, and that's okay because that most artists don't.
Definitely
understand.
leave that part in. Leave that.
We'll probably leave this in. I'll cut out the part where I'll say I can cut this out if you want. We'll just make it like I'm really just having a heart-to-heart with you. But you definitely, like I said, you know, it's a tortured artist thing. It's an artistic thing. Most people who are talented have imposter syndrome or are the last people to believe that they are worth the adoration or the accolades and all that stuff. And I can see your struggles with that. I can understand, but I think you should understand also is that look around. I mean, there's plenty of talent in this town, but look around. There are far more confident people who aren't doing as well as you. So understand that. You're doing really well, and don't doubt yourself as much as possible. That's my advice to you.
Thank you, sir.
I mean, you're going to, and I do too. Don't get me wrong. I told you before we started.
Yeah, but that helps, you know?
Yeah. I told you before we started. I said, man, this is the best idea to interview people because when I had to do the show by myself, I was doing taste tests and stuff. I killed that show as quick as I started because I don't look it in my face during editing. And I'm like, screw that guy. But now I'm going to record this episode with you and you're going to tell your friends about it. You're going to tell your family about it. So now I have to put it out because I let you down. So now I got to look at my ugly face as I edit this whole thing. And
But you have product in your hair. It's nice.
I know, right? It is nice. It's a good head of hair. No, but that's the thing. Like you, I even as somebody who you would think is very confident, or you would think because of how I am on stage, I don't have a worry about that. I still do too. And but like I said, I noticed that of you as of recent, and I hope that you start to see that. And as you get more opportunities, I mean, these open mics and shows and stuff, I think you're going to do. I mean, we have that one coming up. It's a shame that this episode will drop after that.
Oh man, I'm excited.
So we can't promote it. It's over in chronology. It's past. So watch this. Man, wasn't that great? That was such a great time.
I did just as well as I thought that I was going to.
I'm telling you, right? But I mean, the amount of women who threw their bras at you on stage was fucking insane.
It was just one, and she was this many.
Yeah, exactly. You just did 17.
No.
27. Okay, 27. I really fucking suck at that.
You're great at gaslighting, though. Let me tell you.
So, but no, that was.
I'm not good at math.
But no, we're gonna have a good time at that show. I have no doubt. It's Neil Chris who has been a guest on the show. There's the Comic Life hat, and me. She's been a guest on the show too, and now you. So the whole lineup, with the exception of our MC, who I'm just meeting, Bill Penny.
Yep.
Yeah, I have not met yet. I will just meet him that night. So who knows? He may be a guest on here soon enough. Because that's kind of the thing. Book me for a show. Perform with me. Maybe you'll be here. No, that's like my bargaining chip. Grease my palm, I grease your. No, that's such a bullshit thing. But no, I feel super confident. This was like the Dockside Bar lineup almost exactly.
Right.
And I think it's going to be a fun time. This is my neighborhood bar. It's pretty much just as close as Cedar Creek was.
Yep.
And so I'm really excited to play close to home. I've sang karaoke at this place because like you, I can carry a tune.
I love it. I've been to Pub on 61 a few times.
Yeah. And I love, I think they said weather permitting, we are going to be outside or inside. So if it's a nicer night, here we've had a cold snap. This has been uncharacteristically cold in October. But if it's warmer, we'll be outside, which would be fun. But if not, we'll be at that corner little stage where we do the karaoke and the bands play from, which I'm totally cool with too. Because when I got up there and sang, that's right, sang Fabulous Thunderbirds, dig it, they loved it. And so I got cheering. And
Is that how you got booked on the show? Or is that
No.
like, this guy's funny?
Neil booked me. Neil booked me on this one. And I do know if the bartenders are still there, Mike and everybody, then they'll be surprised because they've not seen this side of me. I wasn't doing comedy back then, so they'll be pleasantly surprised. Because the very first time I went up there to sing, I sang with this band, and I sang Stone Temple Pilots. Was it Sex Type Thing? No, it was Sex Type Thing. And let's just say I drank a lot that night.
It happens.
And I don't believe... My wife recorded it, and she was like, I'm not going to show you this. I've never seen it. She was like, I'm not going to show you this. So when I got off the stage, everybody was kind of looking away. Nobody clapped. Nobody said, hey, good job. It was really bad, I guess. I don't remember. I was drunk. But then I got up there for karaoke, and I remember seeing the bartender kind of look at me, and everybody's like, oh, God, this guy. And then I went up there, and I was sober. I threw down. Boom. And then everybody was like, whoa. And then he was like, man, that was really good. Like, everybody's so, wow, that was really, and I knew their wows were not like, wow, man, great stuff. They were just like, wow, we thought you were just a terrible fucking singer. It was so good. So I kind of look forward to going back and doing comedy and then just going, wow, like you're just a surprise every minute, man. Because
I lie about myself as a person a lot.
Right. I like to get up there and lower the bar immediately.
I crush goals every day. Like just get out of bed, shower, boom. That's
right.
It. Weaponized incompetence.
Right. Like my first day of every job I've ever had, I dang near kill somebody. And then when I start doing my job well, you're like, wow, you've really grown. I'm like, nah, I set the bar real low right at the beginning. But I think that night I had left my job. Was that night? That was that night. I quit my job, and I was like, man. And I drank a little too much, and I was feeling good, and I was like, I want to get up there and sing with the band. And they were like, well, do you know this one? I'm like, hell yeah, I do. I don't even remember it. I remember saying, hell yeah, I do. And then I remember going, oh, it was Wicked Garden. Oh, yeah. Wicked Garden, I remember going, yada, 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 yada. And I think I just didn't even hit a whole measure. It was like, burn, burn. And the band was just trying to fucking come to it. Oh, it was so bad. What are you going to do? But redemption is upon me. Watch me get up there and shit the bed or something after talking all this. I'm going to get up there and just totally eat shit. Oh, man. So, I'll let you have a drink. I'll take a drink, too.
Once you bomb at Pump 61, you'll never work in this town again.
Like, Oh, yeah. They'll make sure of it. No. But I have been outside. That night that I was drunk, I was hanging out with this black guy outside. And do you know how they have the ring on the hook? Mm-hmm. Everybody does that bar game, the ring on the string, and you get on the hook. And he throws it backwards, and it hit it, but it didn't stick. It was like, ding. And I said, you know what? I said, if you would have hit that, I said, I'd have bought you a beer right now. And he goes, yeah? I said, if you hit it right now, I'll buy you a beer. And I'd be fucking damned if he didn't go, and it went, ding. And I said, get your ass in the bar, man. Let me buy you a beer. And he was just like, fuck yeah. I was really, really happy. Like, I was upset to leave the job because the history, and I thought I had friends there. Found out I didn't. But then I was also happy to be to finally shed kind of the place. So I think I was drinking for multiple reasons that all of them were not the reason you should be drinking. And when you combine all of
them
that
together, yeah.
Bad news. So do you drink? Did I see you drink at the shows?
Oh, I drink.
Okay.
Not typically not before I go on too much. Afterwards, yeah, I enjoy it a lot. Because, I don't know. Sometimes if you drink before... I smoked weed before a show one time, not on purpose.
How do you do it not on purpose?
Because it was a vape.
And
I killed it. I crushed it. It was wild. And I was like, I should do this more often. No, not for me. Not.
Yeah, I'm like, that's a sticky wicket, man. There's a lot of people who can do it, though. As a matter of fact, I think during Dave Chappelle's special where he's hitting that vape stick, he's pure just taking fucking Delta 9 to the head or something the whole time. And he killed it. I mean, that was, I forget which one it was. He was in the green jacket. Equanimity or one of those. And
Oh, one of his newer ones?
it was one of the Netflix specials. And I mean, you're just watching him just keep hitting that thing, and you're just like, God dang, dude. Because I mean, he smokes cigarettes, so he's not going to vape nicotine. He's vaping something better. But man, the way they can keep it together, that's crazy. Because I did the one show I smoked with Joe before. I think it was like Saturday night first show or something, and I don't remember what I did. He said I was funny. Fuck if I know. But then the 2 other shows I did really well. But I think he was like, "You want to hit it again?" And I was like, "No, thank you," because I was like, I don't know how I survived the first show. So yeah, did you try it one more time, or just decided after that first time?
I haven't tried, because I mean, I know it gives me panic attacks. I know that. But also, at that point in time, I had no other choice but to go on, because I hit it, and they called my name, and I was like, uh-oh. Yeah, the show must go on, but I was like, dude, I'm going to kick your ass when I get back. Like this. But no, ended up knocking it out the park. Yeah.
I didn't even think about that vape thing. I mean, they could slip you if they unpacked a cigarette and packed it with, I mean, they could kind of, how people would sneak like a Camel that was actually pot. But it was very hard to get kind of like surprise dosed. But now with the vape, yeah, you can.
At any point in time. And it could be all kinds of crazy stuff. But yeah, I don't know. It's just, a lot of times once I get on stage, it's back to the races, you know? Like,
yeah.
And I'm more anxious on stage than I am not. And it's weird. I wish it was the opposite. Because I know some people that are so just like not confident, but then when they get on stage, it's a persona. Mine's not an act. That is just straight nerves and anxiety kicking my ass. Like, it's a battle. Yeah. It's me and the microphone versus the world. But like, and I've seen it. I've seen recordings where something will set me off, and I'll see me start off strong, and then I can see a shift. Just like if something didn't land, and it has nothing to do with any sort of drinking or what. It's all just brain chemicals beating the shit out of me. Dang. But I can notice it, and I'm like, that is not a character on stage. That's me freaking out. But just do
you shy away from medication?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't do it. It took me 33 years to figure this one out, dude. Now I got to figure out a new one. What if I'm not funny anymore? You know?
That's true. It would be, and I was concerned about that too when I started medication a long time ago. I was real concerned about what it was going to do to my personality. And there was a time in the beginning, I would say certain doses might have been too high, and I did become kind of not uncaring, but shit, I didn't touch my guitar for years. I just was kind of like, bleh. And then we finally got on a good one. But now the thing that I'm pissed off about is they just adjusted my medication so that I can deal with stupid fucking people better. That's the bitch of doing medication. When you have these issues and you have a short fuse, they're like, hey, why don't we tweak your meds? And it's like, or maybe tell these people to do something, different or be better. Like, why do I have to freaking mess with my brain because the world sucks?
Yeah, true that. Yep, you get it. A lot of people don't. I have to deal with it because they're incompetent. So
that's it. That's exactly what I've been feeling. Like, why am I the one? Because I'm the one who will lose his job, lose his livelihood, lose his house. So it's like I kind of gotta.
You all were thinking it, but I'm the bad guy because I said it out loud.
100%. 100%. That is my freaking problem. Is that
I'm right.
I have said 2 bosses out loud. They go, what is your problem with so-and-so? I said, the same problem as everybody else. I guess I was just so loud you heard me through the wall. Because everybody was saying it, and then I say it. It goes like this. It goes, man, so-and-so's a bitch. And it's like, I can't stand so-and-so. She's a bitch. I'm like, yeah, she's a pain in the ass. And you go, Kennedy! And I'm like, Jesus Christ. And I come in, and they're like, why are you fucking talking shit? I'm like, what are you talking about? Everybody was doing it. I'm ready to kick ass, man. Calm down. I'm being too Skeletor. I'm being too evil. Too evil. But that's the truth. I mean, so I envy the no meds, but no meds me, a little too impulsive to be a proper family man. I fuck the work situation. A little
I
too
joined
impulsive.
the Army because I went through a breakup. If that tells you anything about
Whoa,
impulsive.
that's
Oh,
impulsivity.
Yeah. I'm the opposite of a stalker. I'll move. And by move, I mean try to get blown up. Like, you know.
The opposite of a stalker. So, yeah, it's like, I want her back, but no, I need to go to Saudi Arabia. I need to
No,
go to
I
Turkey.
don't want her back, but I know if I stay here, I'll take her back. So let's. Oh, you can do whatever you want to me. And if you're like, hey, do you forgive me? I'm like, yes, and I will over and over again. I don't know why. I wish I could stop.
That's so good. I wish I could hate you, but I can't even dislike you. Damn, man. But at least you know that about yourself. I mean, I did.
That doesn't make it
learned-
healthy.
I never learned that. I never learned that at all. Yeah, I was a terrible boyfriend. I was. But like I said, impulsive. I just love where the wind took me, man. Like the feather in Forrest Gump. You just never knew where I was going to land, man. I enjoyed life. But I mean, come on. I have a family. We are renting an apartment. We're here, and I'm working at Best Buy. I'm in EMT school, and I'm just like, I'm about to leave this job anyway. I said, I can't wait till I leave this job. And in my mind, I'm like, one day I'll be done with all of this. And then the boss, one of the supervisors, pissed me off, and I looked through the keys on the desk and jumped out the bay, like the loading bay, and walked up the ramp to my car. Now, what was the point of all of that? But I felt like, yeah, this is going to be like a scene in my biopic, God damn it. Like, that's so stupid. Like, I couldn't just walk out the front door. I couldn't just say, like, thanks. Take it easy. I had to jump out. This is the kind of dumb shit I did before I got under medication. I was just kind of I wasn't proper. Or I didn't do things that made a ton of sense, I guess.
That was two of my last jobs. Let's see. With the bar backing job, I quit during the Christmas party. Yeah. I was like, hey, man. And my manager came out. And it's just me, another one of my coworkers, and the manager runs up behind me and smacks me on the back. And I didn't know it was him. And I turn around, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I quit. And my buddy chases me down the sidewalk. He's like, wait, are you And I was like, oh, wait, was that not clear enough? Excuse me. And I walk inside to the Christmas party, and I was like, hey, everybody, I'm out of here. And I left, and I didn't have a job lined up. But that's how I ended up bouncing at the gay bar, at Dudley's. Yeah, I started bouncing at Dudley's.
Yeah.
Oh, loved it. But after a while at Dudley's, something wasn't going exactly the way that I wanted it to. And I go to the manager, it's a Friday night, and I was like, hey, you have like 60 seconds to convince me to stay here right now.
Jeez.
And the manager was like, well, the thing is, and I was like, that's all I needed to hear. And then I walked out right there on a Friday night. And I walked down the block to another bouncing company, and I was like, hey, are you guys still hiring? And they're like, well, we just hired your buddy from the other security team. I was like, you know what? Fire him, hire me. I'm like, okay. Fired him, hired me.
Man. Actually, I once quit on a lunch break.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No. I quit on lunch break of an orientation day.
Yeah.
Right? So here we go. I'm at a place called Heckinger's, which is a hardware store, much like Home Depot or Lowe's back in Maryland. I don't know if they were nationwide. I don't know. I don't remember much about it. But I get the job. And so they're teaching me how to ring on the register, and they're teaching me all this stuff. And then they go, it's a lunch break. And I go, hey, I need to run home because you need my Social Security card for the I-9 and everything like that. And she's like, yeah. And I said, I'll be right back. And I never went back.
That's so my first food and bev job, I was a salad tosser at Ruby Tuesday. And I quit Ruby Tuesday because they said, we're going to have a Ruby Day. Yeah, it's like a group meet. Hey, everybody, all right, let's have a Ruby Day. I was like, fuck it, I'm out. Yeah, I just walked in. I'm not doing, absolutely not. A Ruby Day, no, you can shove that up your ass. I'm gone.
That is so funny.
Yeah, like, I've went out of town. My buddy graduated. This is right after high school. My buddy graduated Army basic training, and I came to Charleston to visit him from Florence. And they called me, and they were like, hey, you're still going to cover the shift today, right? And I was like, well, I'm in Charleston, and it's probably like a 3-hour drive back. It's 2, and I work at 6. So that leads me to feel like you have about an hour to convince me to get in my car and start heading back.
You give a lot of people like time ultimatum.
You have an hour to convince me to get in my car and come
10 minutes
back.
to convince me not to quit right now.
Yeah.
What was the time you gave that guy?
Oh, the other one, 60 seconds.
60
That was in
seconds.
person. I was already on the shift. I was like, hey, man, how about my bad? Or, hey, we'll fix this. Or, hey, I don't like the way that this is happening. I'm your door guy. You need a door guy, right? Well, if you don't fix this, you won't have a door guy right now. Like, I mean, I feel like that's pretty, like, reasonable. Like,
I mean, I don't know that people really like being given a time clock.
well,
Like-
okay, well, you will not like not having a door guy. Like, I don't know. You're gonna like that one worse. Like,
So not this girlfriend. I won't put this out there for
she
her to
gets
hear.
ultimatums all the time. Like,
What I'm saying is, you go and show the Wrigley you're going to propose. You have 60 seconds to say I will. You have 60 seconds to say yes, or I'm chucking this motherfucker in the ocean, and you will be standing here by yourself. Go.
you have 60 seconds to put it on. Like, that's
Oh, right. You don't have to say yes. You have 60 seconds to put it on and nod.
my parents are on the way. Yeah, I don't know what to
Dude, marriage. You want to get married? You have 20 seconds to get to the car because we're going to the courthouse right now.
We got to get on a plane.
So what's your dream wedding?
Dream wedding. Well, to have one, I guess. I don't
To
know.
have one?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe.
Like,
I don't know. I don't.
because some
Open
people
bar.
like beach. Some people like. See, I didn't really care. Like we got married at the church that her parents really went to, and she kind of went to before she met me. And I didn't care. But some people are like beach. Some people are like Disney World. Some people have these dreams to like do these things. And it used to be like the women planned it, but like a lot of guys now are having a lot of input into the
Yeah, have you
weddings.
seen a woman plan anything? Like, no, it's her parents can pay for it, but plan it absolutely not. That's and invite your shitty friends. Like, no, that's
Right.
crazy.
I mean, seriously, you have 40 seconds to get your shit together. Like, this planning better go down in the next 2 hours, or else, dude, that would be so funny if everything in your life now.
That's how I joined the army, dude.
that
Yeah,
is
you
so
have
great.
60 seconds.
To convince me.
Fine, I'll sign right now.
You
Let's
went to
do
the
it.
recruitment office. You just busted the door. Boom, and it has one of those bells hanging at the top. Ding, 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 ding. And
That's kind of how it happened, dude.
what is it? What branch?
Army.
This army guy looks up, and you go, "You have 60 seconds to convince me to join your army. Go!" And he's like, we offer this as a bonus if you do this, and you won't ever have to see that bitch again. Done.
Got me. No, I signed during COVID, right? And I was upstairs at the ice house, and I was drinking Rumplemans during the daytime because that's when all the bars
Ooh.
close down at 10 p.m.
That guy at freaking Cedar Creek loves that stuff. He was buying it for us. Rumplemans, man.
Ew.
Tastes like Scope. What are you
Ew.
doing?
It's rowdy. But yeah, that was after I broke my neck, remember? I joined the army after I broke my neck.
Okay.
So I had some extra weight on me, but I opened up the door just like you said, ding, 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 the little bell, and I'm smoking a cigarette and flick it. And it's because the Harley shop's right here, the gun shop's right here. The army office was right in between the two of them. I was like, they know their market demographic. They do. But they were like, so, have you ever broken a bone before? And I was like, listen, guys, I've never had the fucking flu. Yeah, I lied. I lied about all of it. And yeah. I don't know how to tell you, gentlemen, this. I'm perfect. Like, that's it.
That
and
is wild.
I was disqualified.
As
in
you literally have a
2010.
C3 or a C4 and C5. What was
C6,
it?
C7.
C6, C7.
If you're gonna break your neck, that's the way to go. Any higher than that, like, you know.
Oh, right. You're pretty much sitting at that hump.
Oh man, but I was disqualified 10 years earlier for a peanut allergy. So every year or so, I'd go to a recruiting office and be like, "Hey, do you have any paperwork? Hey, do you have any paperwork?" So I didn't think this was gonna be any different. I was like, "Hey, if you don't have any paperwork on me, I'll sign right now." And it's all electronic. They run my fingerprints, and they're like, "Well, we don't have any paperwork on you." And I was like,
Oh, so they let it
"Shit."
go after like 10 years or something?
Yeah,
Or
they recycle it
cleared
every 10 years.
Got you.
Yep. But my mom didn't raise a liar, so like 2-3 months later, I was on the bus to Fort Jackson.
Now, how is the peanut allergy? Did you
I could die at
eventually-
any point in time. I don't know.
My God.
Yeah, I don't eat peanuts.
Wow. Hold on a second. Let's make sure. No, I'm just joking. You know what you're eating.
I was like, I can eat food fried in peanut oil. I can eat boiled
You
peanuts.
know, that is a thing. We have a niece who had a peanut allergy, but she can eat Chick-fil-A and stuff like
Yeah.
that, and
Yep.
and that's wild. I didn't understand. Oh my God! Every now and again, you hit the most tender piece. Oh, it like melts in your mouth. It's like, what is that about? Did they get it from like the ass cheek of the freaking cow or whatever? I mean, I assume that's where they get beef from, cows. Isn't that the dumbest thing ever? I assume they get beef from cows, as opposed to pig beef.
Woof.
Pig beef. No, but they have a bull on here. So you think some of it's like
I don't
cow
know.
and some of it's bull?
I don't know. I do so little research on any of the stuff that I put in my body. Like, I don't care. I don't care. I had pancreatitis not too long ago, and not even from drinking. It's from
Yeah?
nicotine. Yeah, I found that out.
Pancreatitis from nicotine?
Yeah, nicotine negatively affects your pancreas. I had to Google that.
Wow.
Because I go to the VA. If you go to any hospital and you tell them how much you drink, they multiply it by like 3 or 4, right? The VA, they don't. They expect most veterans to be boozers. But I told them how much, and they're like, that's not that much. Have you been ingesting a lot of nicotine? I was like, yeah.
So they play the rules of 3 or 4 like people do with like sexual partners?
Yeah, yep.
They just assume, so like if a girl says 1, it's typically 3.
Right.
If a guy says 3, it's typically 1.
Or if a guy says 3, it's typically like 12, you know.
Oh, no, I always thought guys
Oh,
overestimate.
sexual partners. I thought you meant drinking.
No, sexual partners.
Partner. Yeah, yeah. Well, it's more for like inches than partners with guys.
That's true, too. That's true, too.
Partners might be true, but that doesn't mean they're all satisfied. Like,
Right, sweetie, I'll give you a good 9. No, I'll give you 3 times. I'll give you 3 times in a pocket and a bracelet. How about that? Tennis bracelet. Diamonds, real diamonds. That's what you get.
well, with Amber, she says this many inches, you know, so it's fine.
I'm not even going to say a number. I looked away. I looked away as soon as you did it. I was like, I'm not going to say a number because I've been wrong this entire damn time. I'm not going to do it. Fuck that. God, this is so much fun, man. I've had a blast hanging out with you. I think we reached about the hour mark. Yeah. So, you know what I like though is that we're laughing because our show started off here and it's like, so what do you see for yourself? And da-da-da. And then it just went, aren't we fucking train wrecks together? This is so much fun. Aren't we messed up? And then we were just like breaking each other's balls. And that's what I'm saying, man. I love having guests who just really get it, you know? And I think you do. I really do. To bring it right back around to the beginning, I think you get it. Just live it up. Take the opportunity. When you said that, I think that's almost like the commercial I'd put for future guests, man. It's like, I don't expect much. I just want to do this, and I'm looking forward to this gig, and I'm looking forward, and I don't really have expectations past this weekend, and that's pretty cool. I mean, it really is. But I mean, also, it's good for you because I offered you this show only about 2 or so weeks ago, and you stressed the fuck out about it for like 2 weeks. It's like, you know what? I should have just asked you. I should have just asked you like 2 days ago. Yeah. Like, hey, Jason, what are you doing this weekend? And they'd be like, why don't you stop by? And you'd be like, oh, cool. You know?
Come out, got it. Yeah, don't let me think
about it.
But
then all of a sudden, I was at the dock room, the green dock, the green room on the dock. And I said, you want to do my show? And you were like, yes. I'm like, cool, let's nail down a date. And I pull out my calendar. And then you just like texted me to write me back. You're like, God, I'm going to have a fucking panic attack. And then you go, I want to bring something for your shelf, but what do we do? And I'm like, it's like a trinket that like people bring. He's like, well, that narrows it down. I'm like, a trinket.
That's actually a pin from my Shriners.
That's what I'm saying.
My Shriner symbol. Yep.
Excellent. So
See, I volunteer at the Children's Hospital too. I'm not an asshole like all you think I am. Like, you know.
There you go. You recognize. Call him it. Call him an asshole right now in the comments. See what happens. It's just going to be a nonstop barrage of, what an asshole.
Oh, no.
Just an asshole. No, I like this a lot. I actually did. I did a show for the Shriner, like for the organization, not the kids, of course, but
they wouldn't appreciate it.
Yeah, I did a comedy show, and it was a lot of fun. Made fun of looked up some stuff, made fun of the Freemasons a little bit, made fun of, and they dug
Naturally.
it. They were they had a great time. So I love the fraternals. I love the Moose Lodge, the Elks Lodge. I love those. They're some of the best shows you're going to do. I definitely want to find a place to put this. I might take it out of the bag.
Sure.
Because on the camera it might not see it, and people also might think I'm packing a nickel or a dime to take it back in the day. Be like, who gave him a baggie of... No, those days are gone, man, with dispensaries and all that stuff. But also with fentanyl, man, I wouldn't trust half that shit anyway. So Shriners, so cool, man. I really appreciate it. That's what so I have right there, I don't know, it might be kind of blocked, but on the corner of the lunchbox, Roland J. Moore gave me one of his name tags from cruise ship, because he plays cruise ships. When people give me things like the cowbell that pink and for breast cancer and all that stuff, I like it when it has a bit of a personal touch, and I really like that, man. Thank you so much for that one.
Absolutely.
And you were like, trinket, and I was like, just get trinket. Like, that helps. I'm like, dude,
that's even more vague.
I said, that's what you said. It's even more vague. I said, no. Basically, a little something that maybe you'd want me to remember you by. Because what happens is a lot of guests, when they come on, they look at all the stuff and they go, who gave you that? Who gave you that? And I get to like tell them like the who's who of like the guests that we've had. And they're just like, so you had so-and-so on the show. What did they bring? And I'm like, that's from them. And they're like, oh, that's so cool. Because, of course, they didn't watch the show or they would have seen what they brought. But it is a scrolling society. So at least my clips are getting a lot of views. My clips are getting a lot of likes, and I can't knock that. So I just have to make sure the clips are always good. But I would love for you guys to come over to the YouTube channel. I'd love for you guys to maybe listen to the podcast on all the places you get your podcasts. Jayson Rose, you're going to miss out on a lot of funny shit if you only go by 3 minutes, 3 1-minute clips on Instagram. There's so much more to this guy. And to our new budding crazy people together friendship. Because we don't need to drink together. We don't
trauma bond.
We don't need to hit vape pens together. You and I, we would be in trouble. We would get into a lot of trouble. But I definitely want to come up to Myrtle and play, if you get a show together or, something like that, kind of like, I would love to go up there. So keep me in mind for that in the future, please.
Sure.
And anything downtown, too. I mean, of course, I'm here closer to Charleston. I'd love to work with you again. I'm looking forward to working with you upcoming. And pay attention to the social media because I usually promote the shows that are coming up. And if this guy is on it, you'll know it. And you'll be able to see him and exactly what I'm talking about. You'll see how fast he talks, but how funny he is. He's really, really great. So everybody, this right here was Jayson Lee Rose. Or Jayson Rose, whatever it is. And I was Big Man Kennedy. You knew that. And thank you for snacking and yakking with us. Hey, man, this is yours. You can take that with you.
Oh, man, thanks.
And take the extra Baja Blast with you, too, man.
And I thought, this day keeps getting better and better.
Well, thank you so much, man. Have a good one.
All
right, bye, guys.
Thank you for watching another episode of Snackin Yakkin. If you haven't done so, like, subscribe, and follow. Also, hit up the social media. And don't forget about the Patreon, just $5 a month. And we'll see you back here next week to do some more snacking